Yeah, and these two Trump supporters are just making their way out. Tell me what you saw and what you heard. You said that you heard the popping sounds and you got down?
Sounds. At first you think like maybe firecrackers, but it continued. It continued, and then somebody yelled, "Get down." We got down, and we huddled, and we started praying. And we just started praying, and thank God, a little while later, we got up. When we saw other people get up, we saw Trump get up, raise his fist like I'm okay, and we kept praying. We kept praying, but I got a birthday card to Trump right before his birthday is Flag Day, and right before I said I got a card to him. Security was going to give it to him here, and it in the card it said that George Washington.
So you kept praying, and what about you? How did you feel when you heard those sounds? What did you do?
I felt really bad. I'm worried about our grandchildren. What kind of life are they going to have if this goes on, if people don't have the right to say what they want?
You told me that you were near the very front. You weren't very far.
No, we were like from here to where that thing is.
And you got down. You said you got down immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody yelled, "Get down!" My daughter-in-law, Lisa, she said for us to hurry up and get down. And she called her husband because he was standing right by the pole, and he got down also. You know, we were just, it's a scary situation when someone does something like that. When you don't have our, you don't, how can I say it? You have to have God in your heart to be able to have freedom and everything. But this was just sad for a lot of people. It was.
Well, we're happy you both are okay. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Please get home safe. And so that is just a little bit of the reaction and some of what we've been actually hearing from a lot of the Trump supporters. Those two people that I just talked to, one woman told me that she was here with her family. They were very close to the stage. She said that all she just heard were just get down. And they said immediately they just started praying, hoping that everything was going to be okay. They were in the front. They are just now, it's been I believe it's been over a half an hour. They are just now being able to escort out of this area, partially because you have a lot of the elderly, people who gather here, elderly Trump supporters who sat in those front rows are just sort of making their way out now, being escorted out. But everyone that I've been talking to, as they're leaving, they're still shaken up. They're asking us if we know what had happened. Everyone's checking on each other, asking if one another is okay. This is a crowd that's still visibly shaken up. And I think that she made a really good point, Whit, because at these rallies, the former president's podium is not far away from the crowd. Donald Trump is someone who loves a big crowd. He loves these rallies. He wants to feel his supporters very close to him. And so those pops were very ringing for a lot of those Trump supporters that were there. We all heard them. Our press riser was not very far off as well. And then immediately everyone just took cover until we were able to finally get up and leave that area with.
Rachel Scott once again, and while we don't know exactly what happened, we do know for sure it was a frightening and chaotic moment for all the people who were there, and Rachel bringing that to us from those witnesses who were in the crowd talking about getting down on the ground and praying and hoping for the best. Let's bring in our ABC News contributor, Reince Priebus, of course, former head of the RNC, also former chief of staff under former President Trump. And Reince, just your take on these images and what you're seeing today and what people within the Trump campaign are telling you now. Reince Priebus, this is Whit in New York. Can you hear me? All right, forgive us for having some technical difficulties as we're trying to reach Reince Priebus. Let's go back to John Karl once again in Milwaukee. Our chief Washington correspondent, John's there ready to cover the Republican National Convention. The news, John, in the next 48 hours was supposed to be who was going to be former President Trump's running mate. And we were going over the short list of candidates who it could be. And there was so much attention around this event. There was the possibility that Trump could hint to his possible pick. And a lot of people were watching this very closely. And now this horrific incident playing out.
And by the way, separately, this event is one of the most secure places in the country right now, as they have basically fortified the entire area for several blocks around this convention center. And what we just noticed over the last 10 minutes or so is some kind of apparently military helicopter kind of circling above. I'm sure this place is already secure before what happened today. But you can imagine the level of concern just got ramped up even more so. But look, this is a shocking event. I mentioned to you a short while ago that I was on the floor of the convention talking to the Republican National Committee Chairman Michael Whatley when this news broke. He got a phone call, came in and quickly rushed off the floor. Everybody trying to figure out what happened. We do have a full statement from the Trump campaign. We had some of this information earlier, but now a full statement from the Trump campaign saying President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during this heinous act. He is fine, important words, he is fine and is being checked out at a local medical facility. More details to follow. That is from Steve Chung, a spokesperson for the Trump campaign.